Okay, so we're on this problem that says 3 over 2 minus 5 over 6. Okay, so what I did was change that into a mixed fraction. I didn't have to do it that way. That was the long way around. Well, what we can really do with this fraction is, let's see, let me write it down here a little bit. We're going to do 3 over 2 minus 5 over 6. All right. So what we really got to do every time when it comes to a problem like this that don't have the same denominator, we have to first find the common denominator. So the common denominator is something that's found in both of these multiples. When it comes to multiples, that means like 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, and 12. Because that's what these two have in common. They both have 2. They both have 6. So the common denominator between those two, and we got to go high because of the 6, is 6. So 6, 6. We just going to put that on the bottom because we found out that what this number has in common with this number is a 6. Because 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12. The 2, we can relate to that. And we can also relate the 6 to this set of numbers too. So we go just take it 6 because that's the highest number. Highest common denominator. Okay, so now, so how many times did we have to multiply 2 to get to this denominator? We have to multiply 2 3 times to get to 6. We had to multiply this number 3 times to get to 6. So we have to then multiply it 3 times, multiply this number 3 times. It took 2 3 times, so that's times 3 to get to that denominator. Okay, so we got to multiply 3 times 3, and we get 9 over here. And now, how many times do we have to multiply 6 to get to 6? Only once. So we just do 1 times 5. That's 5. So what we get is 9 over 6 minus 5 over 6. And we just take it over one more time. 9 minus 5 is 4. And 6 minus 6 is 6 minus 6. Not 6 minus 6, just bring the 6 over. And so now we can divide that again because we're like, okay, this is not a simplified number yet. Both of these numbers are divisible by 2. So we're simplifying it right now because both of these numbers can be divided by 2. 4 divided by 2 is 2. 6 divided by 2 is 3. So this is the answer. This is the answer right here. Okay, so moving on. We're going to move to this one right here. 1 1/8 minus 3 over 5. So what I went ahead and did is turned that 1 1/8 into a mixed number. Into a improper fraction. So all I did was take 8 times 1 plus 1. 8 times 1 plus 1 is 9. Let's do that again. 8 multiply that by 1, add 1 is 9. So 8 times, and then this is a plus. You're going around in a circle. 8 times 1 is 1, plus 1 is 9. So you have 8 over 9 minus 3 over 5. Just bring that 3 over 5 over. So you can't subtract 8 minus 5. The common denominator that 8 and 5 has together is 40. So now we put 40 on both sides, 40 and 40. And so now, how did we get to 40 on this side from 8? How many 8s go into 40? 5. So we got to multiply 5 times that top number. It's 45. And how many 5s do it take to get into 40? 8. 8 times 27, 8 times 3 is 27. So we put 27 at the top, and then 45 minus 27 is 18. And then we put 40 at the bottom. 18 still needs to be simplified because 18 and 40 is not at its lowest numbers. They still can be divided by 2. Both of them still can be divided by 2. So 8 divided by 2 is 9. And 40 divided by 2 is 20. So you can't go no farther with that because these two numbers don't have any multiples involved with each other. Because this goes 9. 9 times 1 is 9. 9 times 2 is 18. And then 9 times 3 is 27. Then this one goes 20. 20 times 1 is 20. 20 times 2 is 40. So they never meet in between each other. So that's the least common denominator for both. Okay. I think that's what we had to do. I don't think we did this one. Okay, so 4 over 3. So 4 over 3, we have to find a common denominator between these two. That's both 21 and 21. Because 3 times 7 is 21. And sometimes it doesn't go like that, but this is just a common denominator between those two. And so what we have to do now is look at these two and say, how many 3's go into 21? 7. So we would do 7. We would do 7 times 4. We got to do something with this number to change it down here. So it's 7. 7 times 4 is 28. Okay, so now we know we got to change this number to fit into this fraction. So 21 and 7. How many 7s went into 21? 3. So we got to multiply this number by 3. 5 times 3 is 15. So now we have to just bring things over. 28 minus 15 is 13. We just bring the 21 over. Now you have 13 and 21. This is simplified. There's nothing else that can be, these two can be divided by.